Welcome back to my channel, where sometimes I tell stories about bad dates. This week I had a completely different video planned, but your girl is in the middle of a POTS flare-up. If any of my Potsy viewers are watching this, you know how bad summers can be. It gives a whole new meaning to hot girl summer. So I decided to just film an impromptu storytime video. So grab some tea or your favorite beverage, or some water. I also have water over here because I need to be drinking a lot of water right now so I don't pass the fuck out. And here's a story about the worst date that I think I've ever been on. All right, so I was getting to know this guy that I'd been working with, and we are going to call him Danny. So me and Danny had been working together for a couple months. And we had been flirting a little bit, so, well, I mean, we weren't flirting a little bit, we were flirting a lot of it. Me and Danny went out one night, and we decided that we wanted to go to see a movie, can't remember what movie, and we agreed to go to dinner beforehand too, because I guess that we both were kind of naive and thought the date was gonna go well. So when Danny picked me up, he was wearing a leather jacket, and his hair was slicked back with so much grease that he immediately reminded me of Danny from Grease. We head off to get some dinner and start talking. So we start talking about our lives, you know, like, so how many siblings do you have and what are they like and ha da 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 da, all that datey stuff that you're supposed to ask. And my brother comes up, who has childhood disintegrative disorder, which if you don't know what that means, I'm gonna do a little boop. And when I'm describing what it is, Danny starts laughing and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. It just reminds me of Benjamin Button." Yes, he really said that. So that was the first thing. And when he probably saw that I was a little bit offended, he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm a bad person." And then he kind of like looks at me like, "Tell me I'm not." Stroke my ego. Anyway, the dinner continues and some awkward conversation continues. And after dinner, we decide to go and check out a movie because that was on the agenda. On the way to the movie theater, we stopped by a gas station, and Danny asked if I would mind if he lit up a cigarette in the car. Now, this was kind of hard for me to say because back then I wasn't really used to, you know, standing up for myself and saying, you know, when things were going to harm me. But I seem to have some sort of allergy or intolerance to cigarette smoke because I get migraines, sometimes I get extremely nauseous and throw up, and it's just not a fun time. But my reaction to cigarette smoke is so strong that even back then I was okay with being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, please don't, that will harm me." And so I say, "Please don't, I actually have an allergy to cigarette smoke and it makes me very sick, so if you wouldn't mind just smoking outside the car." And he, let's just say he didn't react to that very well. And from that moment on, he was extremely passive-aggressive throughout the rest of the date. But he said something when he was pumping gas in his car that I will never forget because it was really weird. Hold on, I need a prop for this. He leaned in to the car window on his side. He had me roll it down, and then, I'm not gonna be able to say this with a straight face. And after I rolled the window down, he said, "Are you sure you're not afraid of me and my little cigarette?" Like, what? And I can't remember what I said. I think it was just kind of like, Anyway, after that, we head off to the movie theater, and on the way to the theater, he asked me for directions, and I told him, like in a text message, I am not sure exactly how to direct him to the movie theater, but here's the address. But still, he was asking me, like, which exit do I take? Like, is it this turn? Is it this road? Is it that? And I kept going, I'm not sure. And then he said, "You're not very good at directions, are you?" Anyway, so we get to the theater, and just as a side note, this theater was a dollar movie theater. And as we're getting out of the car, he says, "Since I paid for dinner, Do you want to pay for the movie tickets? Sure, I'll pay for your movie tickets. We see the movie and, I mean, I don't know, it's not really anything special. We just watch the movie and then we drive home. And on the way home, he starts smoking his cigarette in the car. Needless to say, we did not go out again. But yeah, that's the story of the worst date that I have ever been on. And, yeah. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want, and let me know what kind of bad dates you've been on, and if you like this kind of thing from me, because I can do more. Love you guys. But not Danny.